on Saturday.
All right, thanks so much. Justin, almost forgot your name. Wow, we work together every day, twice a day. It's Thanksgiving, and it's on the brain. A lot of people, that means food. You and I were just talking about food.
Yes, we were.
But it also means movies. Film critic Josh Bell's here with a special Bell breakdown.
Very special.
Feels like Friday,
yes,
but it's only Wednesday.
Yes, but lots of new movies out today.
Yeah, so the one that everyone's talking about is Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's a Disney animated sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, which
Yes.
I haven't followed any of this, but you have, and you
Yes.
say it's decent?
It's all right.
Okay.
I think the first movie, Wreck-It Ralph, came out 3 or 4 years ago and was a lot of fun. It has John C. Reilly as this video game villain, lives in an arcade. It's kind of a Toy Story-esque world of video game characters who all interact in this arcade. And it was a kind of fun, nostalgic throwback in that first movie. And so now it's years later, and the video game characters have discovered the internet.
Okay.
So Wi-Fi comes to the arcade, and Ralph's friend, Vanellope, the little pint-sized racer voiced by Sarah Silverman, she needs a new part for her game, otherwise it's going to get shut down. So they have to venture out into the internet to go to eBay and buy this part, and they got to raise money for it by making viral videos and interacting with spam bots and all the stuff that you get on the internet kind of anthropomorphized and made into cute little Disney characters.
Oh, that's cute.
And it is cute, and of course Disney has great resources to make this movie look beautiful animation-wise. There's some creative touches on how they imagine the internet, but I don't think it's quite as creative as the original. I think there were a little too many similarities here to the Emoji Movie, which is not a good comparison.
You didn't like that Emoji Movie.
No, I certainly did not. And this is better than that, but I think it has a similar kind of limited creativity in terms of how it envisions what the internet is. I think the story is a little muddled, but it does look great, and kids who enjoyed the first one, maybe watch it hundreds of times at home, will probably enjoy this one as well. And there is some commentary on internet culture for adults. I just don't think it's quite as successful as it could have been. So fine for families, maybe not a great movie though.
Okay. Got it. Hey, the next one, Creed 2, I've been looking forward to this. It's the
Yes.
sequel to the Rocky spin-off starring Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone, one of my faves. And I say to you, I said, well, don't spoil anything major in the movie. And you're like, okay, well, I won't tell you about all the cameos that are in the movie. And I'm like, well, I didn't know there were cameos.
I mean,
But
I'm
no.
going to try and not give you too much information, but it is good. I will say that. I enjoyed it. I'm not a huge fan of the Rocky movies or boxing movies in general, but I thought the first Creed was a good sort of soft reboot or whatever you want to call it for this series, bringing in Michael B. Jordan as Apollo Creed's son. It made it a little more grounded, a little more naturalistic after some of those Rocky sequels get super, super cheesy.
Right.
And this movie gets back a little bit into the cheesiness. The idea here is, if you remember Rocky IV from 1985,
I do, the Russian.
Ivan Drago, played by Dolph Lundgren, his son, Victor Drago, has decided to challenge Creed, so it's another Creed versus Drago fight. So it follows up a lot on Rocky IV, and it's a little more kind of triumphant and rousing, but it actually brings in a lot of that drama too with Ivan Drago, who was a really one-dimensional character back in the day. And Dolph Lundgren brings some weight and some seriousness to this part and the relationship with his son to the point where you're almost rooting for Victor Drago just in the way that their family dynamic is set up. So it's got a lot of good character stuff. Sylvester Stallone, of course, in it as well as Rocky, coaching Creed. Not as much for him to do as there was in the last one, but he gets his own character arc here too. So if you like these movies, you will definitely like this. And I think even if, like me, you're a little skeptical of these movies, I think there's a lot of good drama and good acting in this movie.
You didn't like the original Rockies? Who doesn't like the original Rockies? That doesn't even make sense to me.
The first Rocky is a solid film, but I watched Rocky IV just a week or two ago to prepare for this movie, and that movie is bad.
Oh, is it? I haven't seen it in a long time. I love that you watched it to prepare, though.
I mean, it's important to get the backstory. I do. You know, I want to bring some good knowledge to you here. Yes.
Definitely. Hey, real quick, I know you haven't seen these two, but two other ones that are popular out. We got about 30 seconds. Robin Hood, a lot of people looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, I know. This movie has gotten some terrible reviews, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to see yet with Taron Egerton as Robin Hood. The latest, we've had so many Robin Hood movies. I don't know why we need another one.
Yeah,
but
I don't either.
we got him and Jamie Foxx as his mentor. It's kind of a big action movie version of Robin Hood, counter-pro programming maybe for the family movies this weekend. I don't know if it's going to do very well.
Huh. And then Green Book, what, Oscar favored?
I think so. Probably. It's gotten a lot of good buzz for Mahershala Ali, and Viggo Mortensen is a period piece set in, I believe, in the 1960s, based on a true story about a white driver taking this black pianist around on a tour of the Deep South and kind of their relationship and how they confront racism of the era. So definitely the kind of thing that Oscars usually like. And again, I haven't had a chance to see it, but the performances are supposed to be really good. So that's out expanding into more theaters here in Vegas this week.
Lots of choices.
Yes,
Thanks so much,
indeed.
Josh, for the
Thank you.
special edition of the Bell Breakdown.